Hello everybody, Friendly Bobcat here. I'm going to do a review today on the ZT3500 Bobcat Mower. I have 50 hours on this machine and I'm going to break down the things I love about it. It's a no-brainer to get this mower. I'm going to say that right now. It's a great piece of equipment. Bobcat did a really good job on the mower. Alright, so we're going to start with the deck of this ZT3500 Bobcat Mower. And what I really love about what Bobcat does in their engineering is they make everything super accessible. So Bobcat thought you're changing belts, you're working on your deck, all that deck work that you got to do needs to be at an access. There needs to be access, and you don't want to have to take this whole thing off to work on it, and especially the belts. So maintenance is a huge part, and always cleaning, looking after your stuff, making sure your belts are, you know, not clogged with grass and all that is super important. So Bobcat made it super easy to open this up. So basically all you do, there's a little handle grabber right here. You just flip that open, you can get right inside. Every time I mow with this mower, I clean it out. I make sure all the pulleys are working right. I make sure all the grass is out of there so it doesn't wear down my belt. It does take a little bit of time to clean this thing out every mow. I usually take a blower to it and then blast it down with some water. You know, it is an extra step, but I will say longevity on these belts is a big thing. It will keep things running smoothly. It'll keep like all that grass chunks out of those pulleys. So kind of a big deal. I would recommend doing that if you get this mower. After every mow, wash it down and blow it out. So that's that feature. Now the next thing I'm going to dive into here is the feature for taking these guys off. So you can lift that up right there, and then really cool thing is you can take this off right here, and they make it so you don't have to pull out the whole toolbox to open up the main parts of this deck. So you just take this little piece right here, put it over there, and this slides right off, which is awesome. You can get access right in here. So, you know, Bobcat does a really good job at doing all that stuff, and I really love how they think about the end user on this piece of equipment and how he is going to maintain it, not a mechanic. You know, I mean, a mechanic fixes things that are really broken, but maintenance is huge, and for the people that are operating these machines to be doing the maintenance on them, I think that's just, you know, for Bobcat to think that out, it's really smart. So you keep your equipment running right. So, you know, you can see here, you can get access to all these main components. I think that's awesome that Bobcat does that. So yeah, like I said, after every mow, I try and blast this thing out. You can see some corrosion over here. I live in Hawaii, it's rusty. Stuff gets rusty over here, so I'm gonna shoot it down with some WD-40 and keep this looking good. So genius is how they made it. These are all maintenance features I'm touching on right now, by the way, but I love how the fans are really nicely organized. I keep the fans blown out. So after every mow, a bunch of grass gets stuck in these fans and I blow them out. It's essential. So the ZT3500 is powered by two Hydragear drives, and these are basically the drive shafts for these mower. So powerful. This engine is a Kawasaki engine, so it's Japanese made, and they are very good engines. These are the kind of engines that are on Skag mowers. Very, very, very powerful, good engines. So I've had zero issues with this engine. It is a little loud, so you're going to want to wear muffs when you drive this machine. I wouldn't drive it without muffs because it is loud and it is very powerful, which is good. Here is the air filter control. You just pop this guy off. There's your air filter in there. See how easy to get to that is. So they did a great job on that. Yeah, so the Kawasaki FX 651V, great engine. The tires here, these smooth rollers are absolute butter when you're driving this mower. I hit all kinds of bumps on this lawn, and these guys just roll right over them. Bobcat did a really good job with putting the right tires on this machine. These tires are great for the back end drive, and these are just free spinning, and they just roll, man. These guys got literally, I've hit all kinds of bumps and flops in this yard, and just tires, good job, Bobcat, great. So if you're gonna be using this mower on like bumpy, uneven lawns, I would say you won't have a problem with these tires. No problem at all. That's something to note, a good note. Now I'm gonna touch on some things here, like the blades. So down in here are the blades, and I will say that I've chipped these blades a little bit, hit some rocks, and I've sharpened them once. The mower has 50 hours on them, and to get this mower off the ground, sharpening these blades is a task. I have a MT100 Bobcat, so I use it to raise up the mower with my pallet fork, and then I sharpen the blades, and I can go into that on another video, but basically sharpening the blades, I did that at a 50-hour interval, so they will start to cut kind of dull once you're at the 50-hour mark. I noticed that, so important to do that. All right, and the thing that I love the most about this mower is the seat. Bobcat made this seat so comfortable. You can adjust it to your weight right here, and it has a massive spring inside of it, so when you're bouncing around, hitting potholes and stuff, you are just in the driver's seat. There's no problem whatsoever. You know, you just bounce through those potholes, and it just feels so comfortable. I've honestly never ridden in it's more comfortable than my car seat. I'll just say that right now. So talking about that feature of the seat, we're gonna get us sitting it real quick. To control the blades, basically you press down on this right here, and there's a blade control right here, so you flip it up to, you know, the level you want to cut with, which is great. So that controls the deck, so that's controlling your blades. The deck, you press on this, you use this to lock, release that lock, lock in, release that lock. So in transport mode, this is always up, this up to lock, down to release. So always when you're transporting this mower, and this is one of the things that I had to figure out after operating it for a while, because at the dealer, they weren't very clear to me about how to transport it. I mean, it says it right there, but it was a little confusing, so I hope this video helped somebody out. You never want to transport this mower on any of these settings here. You want it in this up to lock. So you're in transport mode, this thing's fully up. So this is down, up, okay? This lever has to be all the way up when you want to transport this thing around, so you're not knocking the deck or scraping the deck on the ground. So very important thing to note and remember, always keep this lever up, maxed out. This thing will be down all the way, and you can transport. So to start the mower, over here you can see I have 53 hours on it. Pull choke up, make sure your blades are not engaged, and you need the parking brake on to start this mower. So the features of starting really include parking brake up, blades not engaged, choke on, and you can just give it a little started. Now once it's started, we drop that choke out and you let go of that brake. If you try to drive this mower with the brake on, it'll cut off, it will not drive. So give it a little go. See? All right, so we want to turn the mower off, engage the brake, and just shut her off. So that's how that works. And The final thing I'm going to talk about is grease points. So greasing here, greasing there, greasing here, greasing there, grease. There's a bunch of grease points around this mower, and I advise you to look in the manual and locate all of those grease points and make sure the mower is completely greased. I'd say greasing at about every 15 hours, 20 hours is sufficient, depending on how much you're using it. So, take note of that. But I hope I covered all the main features of this mower, and be wanting to do a good review on this. So I think today is a good day to do it, and I am gonna now include some videos of it in operation. You can see it mowing. So thanks for watching. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions about this mower, leave a comment, reach out, and I'll answer it. And I'm going to walk you through right now a lot that I mow with it. So this lot is, I think, 2.5 acres. And it takes me on that Bobcat mower to do it in about 2.5 hours. This right here, there's a lot of space, but that mower just cuts through it all, and there's no hang-ups here. So that's our job. And there's my dog, Ula. We got a Bobcat collar on her. Really enjoy sharing these videos, and I hope you find them informative. I call myself the friendly Bobcat because I'm friendly. Not a lot of people are friendly, and if you're friendly, you make friends pretty easy. So I got a good attitude, and I hope these videos are finding you with friendly vibes. Aloha from Hawaii.